welcome back to Potato League. Today I've got a really good replay. I just played this really good Terran, Mullah. We just chatted a bit about the game, and he did that battlecruiser game, that kind of that build that's been really throwing me off recently. Just hit diamond in all the races, and I got my diamond random in, so I'm switching back to Zerg to try to push up into diamond 2. And if you've been watching my videos recently, then you know what kind of build I'm going for, and I've been doing quite a lot of practice games just to get my build back in muscle memory and everything like that. So, came in today, won my first game against Dun Dun the Terran. It was a Diamond 2 Terran. Then I played a ZvZ where I got cheesed, no problem. Then I had another ZvT, 3 in a row, which was good. I think, if I'm not mistaken, this was a very high-level player who only plays 2 of the matchups, so his MMR is artificially imbalanced. If you look here, he's only got an 18 win against TVT, so he's been Xing out of a bunch of games. That's fine, but he's got a 70% win rate in TVZ, and he stomped all over me. And then I played another Terran, which was just pretty good. I just lost. Mara Prime, he did this very weird thing where he just made a whole bunch of Hellions. And then I played Mullah. And this was like a really good game, I feel. The build that I've been working on really pushes me to defend against Hellion harass, which he did a lot of. And then he also has the battlecruiser build. And I just kind of messed up my control, and I did a lot of things that were bad during the game, but I feel like I had all of the tools I needed to beat him, but I just wasn't executing well. So I want to go through this replay a little bit, take some notes, try to learn from this, so when I play Mullah again, I can
good luck. Have fun.
I can beat him. So first off, let's go to the 5-minute mark. Let's fast forward through to the 5-minute mark to see if I had any damage. At 5 minutes, I want to be at 51 workers, 20 lings, 7 queens. So let's just fast forward, see if I got any issue with my early game. I'm only fast forwarding on ×8 so I can see if he had a Hellion run by or anything like that. I don't think I lost any drones here. Nope. Just lost a ling. Just lost a ling. Went to scout, see what was going on. I didn't really understand what was going on with the scout. Okay. 30. Okay, here we go. So right now I haven't had any damage come in. If I don't have any damage come in the next 15 seconds, then we are going to be spot on. Alright, so it looks like my opener was terrible. Okay. So let's see here. I have nowhere near where I want to be right now. He didn't do any damage to me. He sent in just a Hellion. I should have 51 workers, so I'm very shy on that, and I should have a lot more lings. Let's look at the production tab. I've got 7 more drones in progress. 47, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so that's the 51 workers. That's fine. I should have 7 queens. I have 2 queens here and 20 zerglings. So this was just a really poor saturation on me. I wasn't droning well. I think I missed some injects. There's an inject on there. There's an inject on there. And this queen is gone. I pulled all my queens down early because the Hellions freaked me out, and I was missing a whole bunch of injects. So I didn't have the larva in the early game to spend my cash effectively, so I didn't have the amount that I needed. So this is the main, I'm going to call the root cause of my game. I also dropped a bunch of spore crawlers and things like that. So until this point, I've set myself very far behind, and this is a big issue. So let's take a look through the beginning and see what I was screwing up a little bit. So I'm just going to put it on ×2 and look at production. See when I'm going to float larva and when I miss an inject. Okay, I'm just going to kind of back up a little bit. Right. So before I start worrying about how to beat him, I have to worry about how to beat myself. Okay, 17, no big issues, not floating any larva. Not floating any larva, really. Out of the ordinary. Okay. Right, next. Alright, so next I want to get up to 30 workers as soon as I can. 28, 29, 30. Okay, didn't float any larvae. Didn't lose any workers. Queens pop, queens pop. Got my third down. Okay, so until the 3-minute mark. Okay, right here. No, I'm not doing it well. Oh, no, I should be alright. Okay, Overlord's coming out. Okay, I'm still doing okay. Still doing okay. Still doing okay. Right here. Second queen started. Where's my third queen? Oh. I should have 2 queens starting right here. Let's see if I'm doing this right. 2 queens, good. Back on the gas. Okay, perfect. Made 44 Overlord. I'm scouting, and let's see what I see here. Okay, so if I was paying a little bit more attention to here. So first, let's look at the macro cycle. Let's look at this macro cycle really quick. So I freak out and I pull everything forward. Okay, now I'm not making anything. I'm floating 500 minerals. I have 7 unspent larvae. So right here, this was my first big mistake. These little dudes came in and completely freaked me out. This was just my problem. So instead of having that larva dropped into all my workers right now, I should have I freaked myself out. So 8 larvas, 9.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
9. Okay, there it is. I spent it. Now it's gone. But all of that could have been 8 workers done much quicker, and I dropped all these spines instead. All right, so I'm going to lose my Overlord. Let's see what I saw in here. I saw that he was going reactored Hellions, so I was able to move my queens into a good spot. That was a good scout. I did not notice, I'll be honest with you, I did not notice that this was a starport with a tech lab on it. So this also starts to scream a build that needs a lot of gas. I did notice that he took the second gas very early when I was walking with my Overlord, the first scout. So let's see this. When I was walking with my Overlord here, I'll put it on my camera here. Put it on my camera. So right here, when I saw him drop this gas, I was thinking, this is a very gas-heavy build. He's only got three workers and a mule on the second base, and he's dropping a gas immediately, which means this gas only takes about 21 seconds to make. SCVs take 12 seconds to make. So by the time that this is done, he'll only have about a half, not even half saturation, which means he's going to have a much, much higher saturation of gas, which is why he wants to use this. This is a very good build. I should take this into consideration. If I see double gas on the refinery,
Evolution complete.
and I saw the Hellions with the reactor, I know that he's spending his gas not on Hellions, not on early tech. It would be very strange if he was going to do a bio push to make this much gas originally. So I think this is one of my first scout points I'm going to look at. Right about 350 into his base. When did I actually move? This is a pretty good time to move my Overlord here. Let's see here. 3 minutes. Let's write this down. 320. All right, so 320. 320 at 40 supply. Scout. And then we have one tell is early gas. Question mark. And then if the answer to that is yes, okay, what are you going to spend this gas on? Not reactored Hellions. That doesn't cost gas. But a starport with a tech lab, that does cost some cash here. This is either going to be a Cloak Banshee or possibly this starport. He's got double gas in his main, which is appropriate at this time, and only 1 barracks. So where and when does he drop? Ah, brilliant. What he did was he knew that my Overlord was in the main base, so he dropped his fusion core at his natural. Really smart move. I love that. Very smart move, so I didn't see it. Okay, so one thing I noticed on this is I came in, he was getting a second gas, and there wasn't anything upgrading on this tech lab. There was no motion on it. So I should kind of realize that if there's no motion on this tech lab, and he's getting all of this gas, it's not going to be Cloak Banshee. It's got to be a battle cruiser. So this is another scout. So tech lab on starport, check, but upgrade? Question mark. So I'm getting spores because I saw that he had that tech lab on his factory. And I saw that he was going reactor Hellion, so I'm getting spine crawlers at my third. I'm trying to move my queens down to block his Hellions coming forward. So I'm controlling this part okay. I'm screwing up my macro a lot because I'm just not very good. And I screwed up this scout because I didn't know what I was looking for. Now I know. So let's scout in at 40 supply at 3 minutes 20. See if he's taking gas. If he is, let's look for the tech that he's making on. This doesn't cost gas. This doesn't cost gas. This does cost gas. But there's no upgrade going, so it's got to be battle cruisers. If I had known about that at this point, I could have gone more... just put like maybe 2 more spore crawlers at each base, pull my queens in, put 2 queens by each one, and then basically just keep making drones, and I could have gotten really far ahead. So this was a big mistake of mine. Alright, so I think this solves the case of why I lost this build. I'm going to take note about this and try to try to fix this from now on. Let's just keep looking. When am I floating my minerals next, and why am I floating my minerals? Let's look at larva and minerals. Okay, so this is the big mistake, that I wasn't making anything. Okay. Okay, so right now I've got... I'm not supply blocked. I've got my 50 workers. What's in the production tab? So all of this is late. All of this is late. So everything here is very late. I should have had the... Oh, okay, so... These Evo chambers are very late. I should have had one started already. So another little issue of mine. I did block off, so I would try to block those guys over there. Rotating around, very good, very good, very good. All right. 54 workers. I want to be at 60 by 6 minutes. I could have been... So during this fight, I make a massive round of drones because during that fight, here's an issue that I had. Ah, right here, 7 minutes is when the battlecruiser shows up. Beautifully timed with this. So let's see when the actual battlecruiser pops. When's the earliest it could be out? There's already... Oh man, that's perfect. 6 minutes, I'll say. So we'll say at 6 minutes is when the first battlecruiser could pop across the map. Alright, 6 minutes BC. 6 minutes BC on map. Alright. I don't have my layer. I do have my layer. I should always do a changeling scout at the layer as well. Okay, so after this, I've made all my mistakes. I've made all my big mistakes. I didn't have the economy I wanted at the right time, and I didn't scout even though they had the information right in front of my face. Creep spread isn't too bad. I'm not doing perfect on it. Creep queens, I'm not really missing any injects. Missing an inject here. I have some static defense on my 3rd bases. 4th base is very late, floating a whole bunch of minerals. I'm not floating any larvae though, which is good. Alright, 70 workers. So yeah, I'm still feeling pretty confident here, but he's starting to kill more and more workers. I've lost 19 right now. I don't know if he has a 3rd base or not. This is another big thing that I need to be aware of. Alright, so I feel like I understand how to at least see what's going on with this. And honestly, if I was playing just a standard game, his battlecruiser came into my base, so 6 minutes is when the first battlecruiser could be on the field, right? So in my normal game, a 6-minute game, let's see where I am, because until 6 minutes, really, I didn't take too much damage. There was one Hellion run by. Let me see here. There's one Hellion run by here, nothing happened. There was one Hellion run by over here, run over to my 3rd, but this was all at 6 minutes. This is after the 6 minute mark. So at 6 minutes, if I'm playing just a very solid standard game, let's see where I am at 6 minutes. I think this is standard game.
Good luck. Have fun.
12 minutes is when I finish it. So let's look at 6 minutes when he would show up with a battlecruiser. How am I doing? This is just a game against a computer. This is my base build. So you'll see at 5 minutes, I will have the right amount of stuff, but I'm not stressing about an opponent being in front of my face.
A new queen has evolution complete.
Let's stop at 5 minutes. See where I am. Okay, so 8 seconds late. There it is. 7 queens, 20 lings, 51 drones. So I'm 8 seconds late on this, but no problem. All right, so let's go forward to 6 minutes. When the battle cruiser would pop and be on the field, if it immediately ran over to my base, where are we right now? So I'm at 66 workers, 20 lings, 7 queens. I could pull my queens back home, and if I had saw that there was a battle cruiser, I could drop an extra guy in each base. I'm also floating 900 minerals right now because I suck at macro and everything, but all right, if he hit me at 620, let's take a look where we are at 620. 620, still, we're just getting our tech. There's the Hydra Den down. All right, so I feel like if one battle cruiser showed up right now at my bases, I would be totally fine. I would like to have a 4th base down earlier, but just so I could see where I was at this point. This is a good match. All right, so to my opponent, I think it was Mullah. Very good game. GG. He gave me some info about his Discord channel and stuff like that, so I'm going to definitely be checking that out soon. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you learned something. If you're a Zerg that's having trouble with the battlecruiser build, I'm going to try to practice up with Mullah here within the next, I don't know, a couple days if he's available. And if I figure out a solution to this thing, I will try to put it up here. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one.